Hi, everyone. I'm Charlie Apigian, and I have a book coming out on January 26th called AI Reimagined. And when I thought about who should interview me for this book, I had to go with the person that I just love so much, and that's my mom. So, Mom, have at it.
Okay, here we go. Charlie, you've written a book about AI.
Mhm.
What is this book actually about?
This book is really meant to be a guide. So, as people are starting their AI journey, they're confused. They don't know where to go with things. And it's hard to explain it in a way that's simple. And so, one thing that I have been doing is taking the complex topic of artificial intelligence and simplifying it down for everybody to understand. And so, that's really what the genesis of the book was and what it's really about is being that guide in the beginning when you're a little bit fearful, a little bit scared, and you just want to know how to get started.
Yeah, I
And
get it.
most important, it's why we called it AI Reimagined, is as you go through this AI journey, you're going to realize it's not about replacing things of the past. It's about reimagining what's possible because of artificial intelligence.
It says reimagined. What do you think people imagined when they heard AI 6 months ago?
That's the problem, is I would get all of these individuals, and a lot of times they didn't know really what it was, other than it's a prompt, it's ChatGPT, and it's so much more than that. And so being able to explain it in a way, hopefully, that makes sense, and then give them an actual process for starting their journey.
I've watched you work on this book or the idea of a book for a long time. What made you finally sit down and write it?
Yeah, and folks, what you should know is my mom is the one person that read my dissertation. She's the one that has read everything that I've ever. She's been my chat GPT for going on 30 some years and has always been that rock. And so, yeah, you're right. You've seen me contemplate this idea. And you know, the reason I wrote the book was something you said to me.
I did?
So writing a book is hard. And I had to take time. I had to provide resources, my money, to get all this done, right? And you sat me down. We were out in the back of the backyard, and I said, Mom, should I write this book? And you said, you know, it's just money. And when you think about that day when you're older, do you want the money or do you want a book? And I was like, Mom, I'm gonna write a book.
There you go. Simple.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, you got another one for me?
I think so. Why should someone who's not a tech person read this? Like me. I'm not a tech person.
You're not a tech person. You're actually the person that this book is for. So this is not about giving a person that's already techie more technical jargon. It's actually not a book about jargon at all. You're going to get basic, simple language. So how can you take that confusion and be the simple, calm voice to tell you, think of it at its core first. When you understand it there, then you'll be amazed at where you can see where it can help, enhance, automate different things for you to actually help you as opposed to replace.
Okay. I got that from what you wrote in the book. It took me 3 times, but I got it.
All right. I've had
it.
somebody read the book 3 times. We got that. Yes, I love it.
Okay. What is VISTA? I know what it is now, but you got to explain it. It's really a good way that you brought it up.
Well, the way it came up was really as I started doing AI strategy work for companies. I would go in and they started asking me to do workshops to help them with starting their AI journey. And as I looked at that, I was with one company and we took this step back and said, let's think of this from the beginning, think of it strategically. And we started with, what's a vision statement for AI? How can we use AI to enhance what we're doing, not, again, replace or change? And so that's where the V came from, was setting a vision. Well, then we had to identify use cases. Where could we use it? Now that we know what we want to do with it, we want to improve customer satisfaction. We don't want to replace our customer engagement, right? It's all about that. So we can then identify ways to use AI to enhance that vision. Then 3 goes to strategic. How do we now make sure that it aligns to that strategic vision? Then we get into the technology. And see, this is where people go wrong. They start with the T, the technology, instead of the vision and the business and the strategic aspect of how this can actually enhance what's out there. And then finally, you have to assess it, and you have to continually assess it. So VISTA stands for vision, identification of AI use cases, strategic alignment back to that vision statement, the technical architecture or use of technology, and then assessment.
You did a good job with that one, I'll tell you.
Yeah, thank you.
You say AI should make us more human. What do you mean by that?
Think of the things in your life that actually distract from human connection, that distract from being genuine. So when I'm entering something into a computer, that is not being more human. What if I could take that stuff, the things that really don't lead to what I care about, which is, again, personal connection, being genuine, being authentic, and move that over so I can focus on that. I spend all of my time doing tasks instead of doing things I love. And I say it all the time to myself, and you know I say this, I just want time to pet my dogs. And sometimes I don't even get that.
Yeah.
What if I could actually get that in life? That's what I mean when I say be more human.
You dedicate this book to family and talk about how life is about people, not accolades. How does that connect to a book about artificial intelligence?
Well, obviously, my parents have meant the world to me. But I also have 4 wonderful kids and a beautiful wife. And yes, 4 amazing dogs. And so I'm always surrounded by a lot of family. And as I've been a data scientist, I've been doing this stuff, I was so fixated on that part of my life that it actually took over. And it wasn't until Dad got sick and we would have to spend every night together. Right. We moved you and my dad down here a year and a half ago. And when he came down, he became too sick to be with you at that time. He was in a rehab center. You had the day shift. I had the night shift.
Trisha had the morning shift.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. My beautiful wife had the morning shift. And during that time, we just talked. We just talked about life. We talked about death a lot. We talked about finances. We talked about the Detroit Tigers. But he never talked about like accolades. He never talked about all of these fake goals. Like the only goals to him were family in the end. And so how do we get artificial intelligence? How do we, in this world of artificial intelligence, get back to what matters the most in life? Like playing around with a computer is not going to make me happy.
No, but having the time to do what you want
does.
Yeah.
And so that's hard to do in a world that's been moving as fast as it has. Mm-hmm. So if my book does anything, if it just gets you to take a step back, I think that's the point. Well, and get back to what matters. So what matters for me is, of course, family.
Also, I think with this book, being the size that it is and the way you've written it is going to give the people that you're trying to reach, is going to give them an idea that, oh, I can really have a life. And it's not going to change everything in my, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the company is still going to run, and I'll still be in charge, hopefully, and I can do this.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of take one step at a time. That's the impression I got.
And that sounds like that good VISTA process in there. Yeah. Like,
oh, well.
Yeah, look at you. You read.
I did. I paid attention.
You're an AI guru now,
yeah.
I tell you.
Okay, now, you've been a professor, a data scientist. I didn't know that was a thing.
Thank you.
He did it for a long time.
I've been data scientist of the year. And
yeah, I know, but I didn't know what it meant. And now a consultant. Mm-hmm. What's the biggest mistake you see smart leaders making with AI?
Oh, that's simple. That's simple. They start with the technology. They look at and say, I need AI in my business. and they still haven't even asked the right question. What are they trying to solve? Where is it enhancing? What is their vision for that? And so almost everybody starts with the technology because it's fun, it's exciting, and they're hearing about it all the time. And they should be starting with, how can I use AI in a way that actually leads to a better strategic advantage compared to others? So I continually hear CEOs, senior leaders, they're tired. They're tired of everybody selling them the newest widget. They're tired of vendors saying they've got something that's the secret to their success. And it's all in this digital thing. And the truth is it's not. But if done right, process-driven, strategic in the beginning, and then technology, then I think that can lead to success.
I think what you're also telling them in this is don't be afraid to ask about it.
Yeah.
Don't sit back and say, geez, look what all these other companies, I don't think we can. You don't know. As just knowing in your own particular time and stuff, or what your company's been doing. But give you a call, or somebody like you rather give you a call.
My new agent right here, I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right. Absolutely.
I think you got that across to it. I hope you did anyway. I hope they see that part of it. Okay, you write about retiring from academia to focus on family and business. Was that a hard decision?
Oof. When did I start? I think I started my PhD in 1999.
Okay.
And that's when I started teaching. So I started teaching my first class, by the way. While I was getting my PhD, and the first class started, and that's when I found out I was teaching a topic I had never thought I was going to teach, which was statistics, and I fell in love with it then. And so I've been teaching now for 26 years, and this is the first time I didn't go back to school.
That's right.
It is. I mean, here we are in January, books coming out, but it's like I didn't go back to class.
That's right.
And it's the hardest thing I've ever had to decide, professionally, of course, because I literally just changed my career, and now I'm on my own. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm starting I've got my own business. Here's what I've figured out, and this all goes back to Dad. I'm still an educator.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to be in a classroom to be an educator.
No.
And that's why writing a book was so important to me. I'm still a data guy, and that's what I have passion for. I have more passion than I know what to do with when it comes to the stuff like this. And so now I finally feel like I'm free to go out and do that. Like having this conversation right now is different than what I was doing in the past, and having that freedom. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff that you'll see from me, I think.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. If someone only remembers one thing from this book, what should it be?
Simple. Again, that technology first approach is the wrong way to go. So the only way to not do that is to take a step back, take a breath, but to think strategically. And the only way to think strategically is to simplify a complex topic down to simple things. It's just a way to automate or enhance a decision. That's all it is. What does it do? It extracts, it summarizes, it acts. Don't think of all of these fancy terms. Think of it in a simplistic way. Think about it strategically. And the real best piece of advice, and I know this you'll get in pretty much every chapter, go do it. Like, you can't be good at AI if you're not practicing it at home. If you're not doing this in your personal life and helping to automate things and make your life easier, how can you make your organization's life easier? So start with yourself. That's what I did. And then you can really start to see the success moving forward.
You mean I can use AI?
You already are.
I am?
We have written a blog together, and you put it through AI to check your grammar. We also used AI to come up with your heading that goes on your blog.
I didn't know that. That was a long time ago.
Everybody's using AI and they don't know it.
Wow.
Yeah, let's get a soundbite from you.
Okay, well, I've read this book, and I understand, after the third time especially, I really got down into it and understood what you were trying to say. It's not scary. It's doable 100%. And anyone that reads it and then thinks, I just can't do this, I can't do it, you don't have to worry about it, because he knows what he's talking about. He's going to guide you. And that's what's important. You need somebody to hold their hand sometimes. In different ways, and understand that you're not going to be replaced. Will somebody leave because of it? I don't know. But it sounded to me like you're giving, if a person in this one department is working overtime too much to try and get everything done, AI is going to help and bring it down to what it should be.
If you can think strategically and get back to what you were meant to do in your life and also in your job, you'll be amazed at where you can find those nice enhancements here or there. And, I will say, as I know we're wrapping up here, the whole reason I really wrote the book is because there is a lot of fear out there. And I do feel I have a positive voice. And I do believe a positive voice comes across really well when it's said in a simplistic way. That's the point of the book. It's to be that calming, positive voice in a world that is a little bit confusing and scary right now. And we don't know what tomorrow is. And I don't know. But I do know that every day that I play with AI, I get a little bit closer to understanding where it's going. And that's important. And so getting started in a positive way is really what I'm about. So you don't even have to read the book. Just, I'll take you to coffee if that's what it takes to get you started on your in your career using AI and really.
And don't be afraid of him coming and talking to you.
Oh.
Because you are wide open. You're not, what I mean is that you will be completely honest with them. You can't undo that. That's who you are. And you know the subject. Get him in there, get some help for yourself and your company, and go on with your married life.
Yeah, and she's not biased at all, because she's my mom at all. She's not biased.
I'm not gaining anything from this.
Thank you, Mom, for doing this.
Oh, anytime, kiddo.
You're the best.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, again, for listening to a little bit about the book. Again, it comes out on January 26th. If you want to get more information about the book or about me, please visit datainspire.io. That's the word datainspire.io.